right, let's take a look at some enrichment, because not everything has to be just at 8th grade level. Let's see what's coming up, what's next, what's going to happen when you get to algebra. If I look at rational exponents, normally I have 2 as the index for a square root. You use a 2, it's usually invisible, square root of 36. But what if I have 3 as my index? My index, remember, is right here. This is my index, right outside the radical sign. This means the cubed root of 3. What number repeated 3 times will equal 8? 2 times 2 times 2 equals 8, so the cubed root of 8 equals 2. An exponent that is a fraction will create a radical. 125 to the 1/3 power. A fraction exponent of 1/3. 1 is going to be the exponent inside the radical. The denominator 3 is your index. So 125 to the 1/3 power becomes the cubed root of 125 to the 1 power. The cubed root of 125 to the 1st power. The numerator is your exponent inside the radical. Your denominator is your index. It's real important to remember which is which. 81 to the 1/4 power, 81 to the power of 1, 4th root. 1 is the exponent, 4 is the index. The 4th root of 81 is 3. 64 to the 1/6 power. That is the 6th root of 64. Plus 25 to the 1/2 power. 2nd root of 25. 2 plus 5 equals 7. You're going to use a calculator for this. That's why I gave you the calculator directions when we just did regular 4-5 on square roots, your basic square roots. 0 to the 1/3 power, 0 to any positive power is 0. If it was a negative exponent, it would be undefined. 36 to the 4/5 power, that is 36 to the 4th power, index 5. The 5th root of 36 to the 4th power. 216 to the 2/3, 216 to the 2nd power, cubed root. 216, y to the x 2. That means 216 to the 2nd power. Second key, I'm doing my root now. This is y square root, the radical sign with x as the index. It's above the y to the x if you're using a TI-30XA. You can find this key on any calculator, but play with it. Make sure you get the right answer. Anyway, I have a cubed root, so it's 3 equals. Try this one on the calculator. 64 to the 4th power. So I'm going to do 64, y to the x 4. Second key, y to the x, 3, because it's cubed root, equals 256. Power to a power. This becomes really more interesting and fun. B to the 1/3 power raised to the 2. Well, that is b to the 1 power cubed root raised to the 2. Or let's do power to a power. 1/3 times 2 is 2/3. B to the 2/3 is b squared cubed root. Much easier. 2/3 times 3, 4 to the 6/3 power. 6/3 reduces to 2. 6 over 3 is 6 divided by 3, which is 2. 4 squared, my answer is 16. I didn't even need a calculator. I could do that in my head. 2/3 times 3 is 6/3. 6/3 reduces to 2. 4 squared is 16. All right, let's take a look. I have the fourth root of x to the fourth, y to the 12th. What am I going to do? Well, I know that I have x to the fourth to the 1/4 power, because if all of this is in parentheses to the power of invisible 1, I can take x to the fourth to the 1/4 power, y to the 12th to the 1/4 power. Okay, 4 times 1/4 is 4 over 4. 12 times 1/4 is 12 over 4. That makes x to the 1 times y to the third. Answer, x, y to the third. This is much easier. The exponent is the numerator. The index is the denominator. If the base has a negative exponent, you create a fraction. If a base has a fraction as an exponent, you create a radical. You do not want fraction exponents. You do not want negative exponents. All right, this looks like a big mess, but it's not. It's power to a power. 2 times 1/2, 2 over 2. 4 times 1/2, 4 over 2. b to the 6th over 3, 6 over 3. 2 over 2 is 1, 4 over 2 is 2, 6 over 3 is 2. A to the 1 power is A. B to the 2nd times B to the 2nd is B to the 4th. You add your exponents. This problem incorporates everything except negatives. Look at it again. I did power to a power, and then I reduced my fraction. Power to a power, reduce my fraction. Take my radical and create the fraction and reduce it. Now use my operations with exponents. Same base, add your exponents, and boom, you're done. 64 to the 1/2 power, well, that's 64 to the 1, invisible, squared. 64 squared is 8. 27 to the 1 power cubed, the cubed root of 27, boom again, 3. You might know that, or you put it in a calculator. I'm not sure, but you would know that. 8 plus 3 equals 12. Oh my God, 8 plus 3 equals 11. I'm so sorry, I'm staring right at it. 11. That was the end. My last slide, and I made my mistake on my last number. Enjoy, but please review, especially this one right here. You absolutely want to look at power to a power.